My name is Wafaa, and I'm Palestinian, and I'm Luxembourgish right now, and I have been living in Luxembourg since 5 years ago. And I'm a journalist, and I'm working as a project coordinator with the organization that I create with other friends. Basically, when I read about that, I liked the idea that it shared the same value that I have already, and I learned about my experience. The fact that I used to work as a journalist and I cover a lot of work that happened in my hometown in Gaza, and that's allowed me to share a lot of stories and to hear a lot of stories. These stories always teach me something, and I teach others something. So I firmly believe how it's important to share stories with others. So when as I read about the idea, I said I have to support this idea, I have to be part of that. And as well, that I'm working now on a project is more or less share the same goal and have the same value, where also we give a space for people to tell about their story and to share a story regardless the culture they are coming from, the countries, regardless anything they came from. The most important that we are all human and we share the same story. So it's a big achievement for me, projects like this, and it is very important to empower others with our stories. Living library is a great idea. When I read about that, it is something that always I believe in it, and the fact that I work as a journalist make me understand how it's important to share our experience with people. As I always cover a lot of stories, I learn a lot from others, and I think others also learn from me, which this story, our human story, empower others. I can't think twice the result of sharing a story that will empower someone that really needs to hear this story and this experience, and to learn from our life experience, because all of us similar in humanity and this type of thing. And in the same time, that basically I was very happy when I hear about this project, that it cross the same project that I'm working right now about it, which share the same goals, the same value, where we give people, regardless their background, to share their story with others and to help others with different things and way. I would say I have a large experience of life, and every time I talk with a friend about my life experience, they start, oh, I can imagine, please write a book about that. And I just right now, when I am in my way with you, a friend from Jordan, she called me, look, I have a friend of me, I told her about your story, and she started want to talk to you, and to really your story is like a fantasy story, and she, but I will just share something small, like, I used to live in Gaza, not in the best place in the world, in certain point. And if we talk about war and bombing and safety, there is nothing after that will be worst. And especially I moved from Gaza 2014, where the last war was finished. And then I got like type of small job with the international organization, which allowed me or asked me to move from Gaza to Greece. And it was for me a big challenge. We call a siege, or a Gaza under blockage. And we just finished the war. I I don't understand what's going on. And in this moment, I thought between me and myself, why? Of course, in this project, where the participants were from over the world, and I said, why? Because I'm from Gaza, I'm not allowed to participate. I did the interviews, I succeeded them, I passed them. So just because I am from Gaza, then I shouldn't go there. So of course, always I am full of positivity and hope, and I believe strongly, especially after my experience. You have to fight until the end. You will get there, and you have to always imagine the good things will happen. So I did that. So my story, moving from Gaza under Greece, is a chapter of a book. So it's a lot of things. I don't see. I felt there is something I don't see that helped me to make things move. If I tell anyone in 2014, after the war, immediately I left Gaza, he will not believe me. I would tell, oh, how come you did? Even when I called the person who was trying to help me, he said, really, you are in Jordan? I don't believe that you make it, but it's the hope and the positive that you have. Then when I finished my project in Greece, to come back in Gaza it is another story. Even the person who was coordinating the project, she was always coming to me, Wafaa, how you will, we don't understand. You have a not normal visa, how you will go back? I thought, myself, I don't understand also. Please. Of course, I stuck in Greece like 7 months. I am a mother for 3 children in this moment. They are with my family. Also, I'm a divorced mother. So I am the father and the mother for my children. It was a tough period, and it was the time to take a decision. This is like you squeeze a lemon in you. It is something, to take a decision, it's not easy, but sometimes it's very important to change your life. And I said, okay, now I'm here, so I would never put my children in the situation as 2014, the war. And I called my father, and this time I thought, I'm sorry, I will not be able, because he told me, don't go away, because maybe you will not be able to come back. And so of course this time I called my father, so I told him, I'm sorry, I need to see my children, and this is the time to take a decision and a different step. I am not able to do it for you anymore, so I have to ask asylum seeker and to be a refugee somewhere. At least maybe this is allow me to regroup with my children, or to have a solution, because I'm stuck. I'm not able to stay here. I'm not able to come back, so I have to have a solution. So it takes for me this like 7 months to find a way what I have to do. Of course, I was scared, especially the fact that you are women and a lot of people can take advantage of you. It's very unsafe environment. And in this period, the period where the Syrians start to come from Syria to Greece, and full of Syria. No one cared about Palestine anymore in this period. And I don't know, just I keep fighting, trying to find my way without no one take advantage of me. And suddenly there is a person show up in front of me, and I was very clear, very direct. I told him, look, I don't have money. I have this amount of money, and I don't want no one to use me, and I will not give more than this amount of money. You want to help me, help me. You don't want to help me, I don't care. I don't know, I promise you, I will put you with people, families that they can the whole way, and I trust. And I remember the first time, there were like in Athens, like type of pass, take all the refugee and to put them in the last point to be in the other country, to work for the other country. Of course, I don't understand nothing. I'm just following the group. I don't know where's the bus. I thought the bus would give me somewhere safe. So I was sitting like this in the bus, and there is a guy come to me. Do you feel cold? I said, oh my God, why this guy around me? I was like crazy a little bit. But this trip, as a journalist, I was also very curious, to be honest. I would like to see how people manage what's going on in the way. Already I have my own story, but when you are working as a journalist, you sometimes forget that you also human and you have a story, and you start to look around you. And for me, I start to look around me in the bus, in the train, while we are walking, in the forest. A lot of story, a lot of also funny story that I don't know how we were able to laugh, we were able to make fun of the situation that we have been. A lot of painful story around me. Sometimes you feel, when you listen other story, you feel you have nothing. When you are in the good health, your family, they are alive still after the whole war that we have. But we're still alive, we're still healthy, we're still able to make something in our life. And then after that, after the whole way, of course, also this is a chapter of book, we can say. And I arrived here in Luxembourg. Also, you have like station, like you are in the first and the second and the third station to rebuild again from the beginning. Your connection, your friends, your language, your skills, your culture, your education, to adapt with something that you never have been seen before or heard before. To be, all these things make me a better person. I have a strong mental. I try always make me find a balance in everything. And what I would say, don't feel sad with the past that you pass by. Always feel proud of this past, because it gives you, this past gives you the life that you have right now. And with this part also make the people around you happy, proud. If you, in certain point, we are human, we can't be perfect, but I'm sure if you look around you and you try to analyze yourself, you will find there is a very bright person inside you and will impact others around you.